Hey, Dave. Today, some of the guys spoke early. BP and Cody Bellinger was out here working with the hitting coaches. What have they communicated with you, just what Cody has been working on, and how do they see him progressing?
I think with there's just some mechanical things that they're trying to clean up, and obviously they've been doing that for quite some time and trying to find something that clicks and that sticks. So it's a lot of it is the mechanics and approach and all that stuff. So just getting on the field, just him working where it's just quiet and just methodical. I think sometimes that can be beneficial for the hitter.
Next question from Dave Vassay. Go ahead.
Dave, you have Albert hitting third today. I know you saw what took place the last time he was at Busch Stadium, but how special is this going to be not only for him, but everybody in the stadium and also your team to watch what unfolds?
Well, number one, I think having him in the lineup gives us a great chance to win a ball game. Number two, it's great for the game. I know Albert's really been looking forward to coming back here. You know, when he was with the Cardinals, he hit third, and I remember it very vividly. Every day he was in there in the 3-hole. And so for him to come back, he's revered here, rightfully so. He's done so much stuff on the community, for the Cardinals organization. And it just speaks to what a great fan base they have here in St. Louis, that he's gone but not forgotten. And I'm excited. I just had a conversation with Max Muncy and saying that taking a day off he never wants, but he understands it, and he just can't wait to be a fan for, you know, for a night and watch Albert perform.
Dave, have you gotten any indication from him? What are your feelings as far as the way he's enjoyed being part of the Dodgers and with your players? Do you feel like this may lead to him playing one more year? Do you have any gauge on that?
Only Albert knows. My guess is that there's more in the tank. Not that my guess, I know that there's more in the tank. So my guess is that he will continue to play. I know that he has poured into our organization immensely. It will have a lasting effect. We're lucky to have had him. I think I know the fans have really embraced him. He feels that. The coaches, players, the same. And it's been a love fest, I think, from all angles with Albert being a Dodger. But most importantly, he's helped us win baseball games, going to help us win a championship this year.
Has it gone better than what you envisioned, Dave? I know you and Andrew were very forthcoming with him, but has it even exceeded those initial discussions?
It has. And I think that's where I think that Andrew just does such a great job, because you can look at the Scherzer, Trey Turner trade, and you're betting on the players, but also the character. And with Albert, the character was an easy bet. And just being upfront about the role and the potential changing of roles once we get more healthy. So our cards were on the table. He heard it. He still wanted to be a part of this. And so with that, I think that transparency kind of helped that relationship with him and the Dodgers. And so, like you said, Dave, it's been better than expected, and it's going to be long lasting.
Thank you, Dave.
Yep.
Next question is from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
Dave, is this just a day off for Mookie?
Yeah, just a day off. He'll be ready to go at some point in the game.
And what are you seeing at the plate from him since he's come back? He has a hit and a walk the last 3 starts. So what have you seen?
You know, I think I love his at-bat quality. I think he was missing some pitches. When he first came back, he was squaring balls up. Then he went to a stretch where he was just missing the barrel. And now, he's getting the head to it, and he's pulling some balls hard. He's taking his walks. So he's right where he needs to be. So getting him an off day here and getting him ready for that stretch to the off day. But he's on the come for me.
And then with Steven Souza Jr. calling him up, what's his role for you guys right now?
To play against left-handed pitching, and also he's a good defender and bat off the bench if we need it. But Steven's had a good year down there, and he's a big league ball player.
So do you envision him playing some left field and Taylor in center against lefties?
That's certainly a possibility. Absolutely.
And then with Garrett Clevenger moving to the 60-day IL, what's his situation?
Yeah, I think I don't know the dates exactly, Rory, but I think that's going to be it for Garrett as far as 2021. But he did a lot for us. He learned a lot. There's a lot for him to learn. But I think the main thing is he knows he can pitch here. But now just get him healthy and get him ready for spring training 2022.
What's he been able to do? Has he been able to throw? Like what's sort of the status, I guess, in his
I think he's just been kind of playing catch, but nothing too aggressive. I think maybe a couple bullpens.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
Next question is from Fabiano Ardaya. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, I know you said with Mookie there's going to be a point this month where you sort of take that 3 days on 1 day off, sort of off of him. Do you have an idea like what you need to see for that point to come?
Well, he played 4 and then he's off. So I think going forward, we'll continue to stretch that out.
And then, I mean, just as far as I know, we've asked you a lot about how he's looked and how physically he's looked. I mean, how much do you feel like that's going to help just sort of how you guys as a lineup move and how you sort of can, especially defensively, how you guys sort of manage that?
Well, we have to win baseball games. So I did want to make sure that, we get the foundation, his legs, and make sure that he can sustain through October. So I think that, we're pretty much there. So after this off day, there might be another one here at the end of the before the end of the season, but there aren't going to be many more, if at all.
Thanks, Dave.
Next question is from Ryan Fagan. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave. Just kind of looking at Will Smith and what he has done for you guys, feels like even though he's been in the middle of the lineup, he's a little bit unheralded maybe nationally, but I kind of wanted to go back with you and what were some of your early memories of him, first impressions when you saw him kind of coming up, and maybe something that stuck with you, made you think, hey, this is a guy that's going to be a big part of what we do going forward?
I think the first thing that I learned about Will is he's very observant. He's very observant and he's very calm. And so watching what major league players do and how they work speaks to his ability to observe and willingness to observe, and then the calmness. There's no panic, whether it's catching, blocking a ball with the bases loaded, it's putting the right fingers down, it's in the batter's box in a big spot. And so those two things for me were things that I could easily bet on being a good big league ball player. And then the physicality, the work ethic, the athleticism, all that stuff certainly are great ingredients. And then also, to Will's credit, he and our hitting guy, Robert Van Scoyac, in 16, I think it was, worked together in the winter and kind of overhauled his swing. And so that made him a much more dangerous hitter. And so now what we see here is offensively, defensively, in my opinion, he's one of the top 1, 2, or 3 catchers in all of baseball. And so if we look out the next 3 to 5 years, he'll be the best catcher in all of baseball. So we're lucky to have him, and he's only going to get better.
You kind of swiped one of my questions, my follow-up here about the power. He's shown more power in the last couple of years than maybe he did earlier in his career, and he already had that patience and that eye. But I mean, adding that power, I mean that takes him to that next level. You think, where he gets to that 1, 2, 3, one of the best catchers in all of baseball.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the power is one part of it, where he's understood his swing and how to backspin a baseball. But the other part is that, he gets on base and he can drive runs in, and that's the name of the game. So all the components on the defensive, the throwing, the framing, and the offensive profile is why I see that.
Got time for one more. Go ahead, DG.
Just wonder if you had starting and/or bulk guys for Wednesday, Thursday, maybe even Friday.
Julio's going to start on Thursday. And then, so we're still kind of figuring out the bulk, and that's kind of, we'll know more after tonight, DG.
Walker will pitch Friday then?
Friday.